Okay, in this demonstration, the videographers are modeling natural selection, and so we'll go ahead and let them get started. Not a whole bunch of great audio here at the beginning, but...
Okay, so we have two pieces of paper which represent the two environments. We have beige and we have green. This is meant to represent sand, this is meant to represent grass. And likewise we have two packets of toothpicks, each with 20 in it each. These are meant to represent the mutant caterpillars or worms. These are meant to represent the normal colouring. So there's 20 of each. And then you have a cup 50 centimetres away. And to measure 50 centimetres, I'm just going to use this piece of paper, one whole paper width away, just to make sure it's a fair test. Okay, and 20 seconds for each paper type. And you pick up as many worms as you can. It's important to be as fast as you can, and you don't care about which type of worms you're getting, just as many as possible. Green or beige, doesn't matter. So when you say go, I'll start going. And remember, timing 20 seconds on there.
Ready, set, go.
And of course, my tweezers represent the beak of a bird. I'm a bird eating as many worms as I can. I don't care what colour.
All right, so this is great. So to begin with, there really isn't a difference here. In terms of which he picks up, because he can see them all very well. And I think it's really sometimes neat to show no effect. And so this would be, there's no selective advantage to being green or white in this environment, even though it's a white background. And he repeats the same thing here in a green background, and again has about the same level of success, right? A normal human can see both green and white just fine, and so you don't see any natural selection. And I really do think it's a good point to talk about that as well. But then what he does, which I think is just fantastic, is obscures his vision. He takes this piece of bubble wrap and shoves it underneath his goggles so that he can't see as well. And now, with this impaired vision, it makes it a lot more challenging to see the ones that match the same color as the paper. And so he maybe some safety issues there in terms of breathing, but he goes through it a second time, and this time he's a lot slower in terms of what he gets, and presumably he's not showing bias here. He just can't see the ones as the same color. But as he goes through this next time, he's still removing them, and now he's focusing on the ones he can see a little easier, which are the white ones in the green habitat. And presumably he would have the same experience looking for the green ones in the white. And so this is a good demonstration of natural selection. I think it clearly illustrates the value of one phenotype over the other. What I will say is, again, I think when I've looked at some of these different very basic demonstrations, is my instinct isn't, let's show this to my kids. It's like, well, let's do this for my kids in class. This is a very realistic thing you could do in the classroom, and something I'd much rather have them actually try. Having them shove bubble wrap under some goggles would be hilarious, and then having them go through this process of their own where they collect their own data, I think it'd probably be a better use of time. So I like the video, mostly as an example of something one could do, a little bit less so as an example of a video to show.